And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Clash of the Hippo 3 semi-finals here. We have Leary, we have Hart, and we have Slugthorn, a replacement of MBL for not showing up here. Going against the BNS team with BackT playing Britain, Students for Say My Name, and Franks for ACCM on Gold Rush. With me will be KillerB.
Hey man, thanks for having me. Thanks for having me in. Looking forward to this game. 3v3 here, as you said. We will be seeing an interesting game. Slaktarn jumping in for MBL last minute. Interestingly, he's going to be in a very important position. He's going to be the pocket player for his team. Hart on one flank, Leary on the other. That's going to put a little pressure on Slack, who's just stepping in to basically sync with his new teammates. Pocket Teutons on that side of the map.
Well, interesting stuff here. BackT going for the Spearman, so probably he wants to pick up some wolves, which are hippos on my mod here, and is trying to send them towards the TC of his enemy here, because his unit choice would be pretty bad against his enemy. Going Spearman against the guy who's going archers, that could be bad if he doesn't get the walls up.
Yeah, I agree. Just turning the chat off there real quick. Yeah, absolutely. Back looking like he's going to be palisading up, leaving a spearman out front. We've seen scouts, or I've seen some scouts in some of these games be really effective since you can get them out right away, since we're starting in the feudal age, and start to raid your opponent. Also, usually food is a little easier to start up for your eco than it is to get gold started. So back here playing a little bit defensively, I suppose, with an early spear. He is going to be opposite of Britain's player. If once he figures that out, I think he'll probably start to transition into maybe a little bit more of a Britain's army. But yeah, we'll see how that side of the map goes. Yeah, so Team 1 here, or Team VNS, is back to Say My Name in ACCM. Those guys have been practicing and playing together. Leary and Hart play together all the time, but as we said, Slaktarn here jumping in last minute. Going to be an interesting game. I'm seeing a ton of scouts on the map right now, Nilly. Everybody's kind of grouping up their scouts to run in and do some raiding here.
Yeah, and a lot of walls as well. Ghost Rush obviously gives you the possibility to wall pretty tight, but let's see. First engagement of purple and green might be coming up here.
Yeah, you don't need to look over to see it, but Leary did lose a Vil, I think luring his boar. I'm not quite sure, but I see a dead corpse there. I'm not sure why, but I think he lost the Vil
Leary
early on.
killed a spearman.
Oh, he killed the spear into that TC?
Yeah, from BackT.
Touche. Oh, man, I'm getting too excited.
Yeah, luckily I had the kill to death ratio, giving me some inside info there.
You know who will lose a villager? BackT will lose a Vil to the scouts here of Slaktarn. Slaktarn getting in with 4 scouts early, denying BackT the ability to wall up the front door of his base, grabbing a villager down there for free, and Slack will run right into the back corner of the map. And the player who jumped in off of the bench here is already having an impact on this game early on.
Indeed, and yeah, killing a Vil, putting on some pressure, but I would be surprised if he gets more damage done against the guy who started with the barracks, which is probably the least common choice here, but obviously the best one that he can have against scout ratings.
Yeah, it seems like almost everybody has about 4 scouts or so coming forward in a bunch to try to pick off Vils, including the 2 pocket players, so we're not going to see them try to boom up and get to castle terribly quickly. Obviously, they need to keep their opponents honest. But yeah, lots of posturing right now. Players just trying to figure out how to use those scouts the best way that they can. I haven't seen a lot from ACCM. I can't... Oh yeah, his scouts are in the middle of the map. There you go.
Yeah, Frank scouts... Yeah, probably the best thing that he can do, but shouldn't overcommit because you don't have the option to go for bloodlines. Trying to get some more walls up could get those sweet deer here, and it seems like they're all pretty well set up to go into Castle Age because everyone is walling themselves and looks all reasonable. No one going for some water so far, but Slaktarn will catch another world. No, he won't.
Yeah, Slaktarn there just seemed to poke away at that Vil a few times and his scouts lost interest. But he is into the back of Say My Name's base. Unfortunately, it's going to give Say My Name a little bit of time to quick wall because Slaktarn didn't effectively go after that Vil. So some nice quick walling from the gray player Say My Name. And he's going to be okay in the end. But yeah, players probably not trying to pump out too many scouts, right? You got to save up that food for castle. Just looking around the horn here real quick, the player who's saving up the most right now is Backed. He's not anywhere close to clicking up, but I think he has the most food and he has plenty of gold already.
Oh, he obviously still has 300 gold from the start. Not investing in anything gold intense here. He is not completely walled just yet, but even if he is, if like 10-12 archers are trying to knock down your walls, it will be tough to wall behind that without the possibility of stone walls.
Yeah, it's good.
Snacking 2 villagers off. Same name here maybe, or at least one. Bloodlands now coming in for hard as well. Nice movement of the scouts. Beautiful. Getting the second villager there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Intercepting that Vil from getting back to the TC. ACCM will bring his scouts all the way back to defend Say My Name here. And that's got to be a bit of a win for Hart and Leary and Slacktarn. It's going to give them more time to wall up their individual bases and be even more safe from scout raiding.
Oh, Hart is trying to take the fight because he has bloodlines, but one scout wasn't fighting this whole time. Now Seminame is producing some more, but it's looking good for Hart here.
Yeah, it looks like Backed will be the first to click up on his team, and it looks like Slacktarn will be the first to click up on his team. Both of those players banking a bit of food, getting ready to go up. That's a Teutons player in Slacktarn and a Britons player in Backed. So Backed will be clicking up without, as far as I can see, without any archers on the field at all. What's Back's move here? Sending some Vils to gold, but what do you think his unit composition is going to be as he moves to the Castle Age?
Yeah, he will switch on to Expos for sure. We'll send all those sheep villagers on gold and then just trying to go for Lord. But Slacktarn and Leary now trying to push down the walls, and that might get ugly for Bekti. He is still open from behind, or actually now reward with Palisades. Not 100% sure if that's the best engagement spot for Leary here. At the moment, Bekti is still waiting for a second building from Feudal Age to actually click up.
Yeah, Slacktarn will click up to the Castle Age. Teutons player has a stable already, has a blacksmith coming. We'll keep an eye on his upgrades. But I think the unit composition there will be something fast, something with armor, something that looks like a knight, but we'll see, I suppose.
But we won't say what.
Could be any unit he chooses. But for the most part, everybody is walled up and safe from what I can see. So I think we are going to see this game move to the Castle Age and see who can make the biggest impact here.
I think Venus Yellow, who's Say My Name, might get into some troubles. He doesn't have any range units, and he's very open at the front. So I think if all the armies here now are going to him, he might be in some troubles.
Yeah, it's a good point. The wood lines here are not terribly thick, and they could be harassed pretty nicely. +1 already on Leary's archers. He'll get another range upgrade and another damage upgrade as he hits the Castle Age. We'll see how that goes on that side. Still seeing Say My Name trying to get his scouts into play. He is actually going to idle a little bit of Slack's eco. Slacktarn will lose another villager, couple villager corpses near his mill on that side. So Say My Name staying aggressive, but I've got to think that he's probably a little bit behind on food of his opponent.
Well, he isn't on gold yet, and now trying to wall a second layer. As you can see, he has one palisade wall and now trying to get some houses up, but needs to get them down south here. And if Leary, Hart, and Slacktarn really want to commit, and they could go in, I think they could get a lot of villager kills here.
Yeah, Slacktarn hits the Castle Age. His eco is maybe slightly behind what you might expect in a Dark Age start. Obviously, he doesn't have very many villagers since it's a feudal start, and that's put him a little behind. He's still researching bloodlines, scale barding still coming in. He's not able to build a knight just yet, just now queuing his first knight. So that's a guy who's stepping into a team that he wasn't expecting to play for. A little bit of a delay in his build, but all in all, pretty good game so far from Slacktarn.
Yeah, I think they won't be too unhappy with him so far. At this very moment, Seminame is still waiting for bloodlines, trying to build scouts against this attack. I'm not 100% sure if that's the best option. Now we have Leary on the way to Castle Age as well. A bit more than 1 minute behind Bekti here. And then I think it will be interesting who has the better Expo micro.
Yeah, Backed is obviously a savage with his micro. But he's only got a few units at the moment. Excuse me. Looks like it's going to be about a dozen, maybe a little bit more coming forward. He's going to head toward Leary now. Leary's got a couple units at home to defend himself, but he will be out-teched at least for a couple of minutes until he can get to the Castle Age. Backed will hit Castle Age first.
And Leary only 1 archer range against the 2 of back team. Might get into some trouble. Let's see, SemiFinal is trying to take the engagement here. Slugter not fighting back. It's only hard at this very moment. Leary is trying to walk back. SemiFinal walling at the same time. And it's so tough to distinguish green and gray. But it seems like SemiFinal will be clearing this up.
Yeah, in the meantime, Slaktarn is up to 2 stable knights. He's going to be pushing those out toward the purple player for now. Nothing too much to see at the moment, just running across the map as quickly as he can. Like you said, Leary and Slack's scouts getting cleaned up for the most part in Say My Name's base. So Say My Name there will hold his base pretty safely. He and his teammate Backed and ACCM are going to be in the lead in this game. Those crossbows from Backed are roaming past the yellow player and maybe headed towards Slaktarn, but we'll have to just keep an eye on those as they slowly move across the map.
Where's Backty going? He's going for the gold of Leary. He is walled for now, but the hill will be for Backty. Leary now going for crossbows, Backty arrows, so and I think he has a better numbers, but Backty will get 2 world kills. Yeah, 2 world kills for him. And the numbers are a bit better for Leary overall, but that's including the kind of dead archers here on the top.
This is going to be interesting because the knights from Slaktarn are coming from all corners of the map. He's only got about 5, but if he and his teammate can pincer Back's army here, they might be able to get this army for really, really cheap.
See, Leary pushing in now. He has even the defense upgrades, so better upgrades for him. The Slaktarn now is there as well. Leary will lose a lot. Backty will only focus on the archers, I believe. So now Leary should micro a bit more than what he's doing. But nice clear up and nice team play here.
Yeah, absolutely. Teamwork is making the dream work for those guys right now. Really good engagement. This has given ACCM some time to get on the ball. He got to castle a little bit later than the blue player Slaktarn. ACCM is out on the field with 7 knights, but those knights are immediately going to have to head to Say My Name to try to clean up these last couple crossbows from Leary. So the crossbows now for both teams are distracting the initial group of knights from the respective knight civs on each side.
Nice micro here by CM, microing back his weakened knight. Only 1 knight can attack, so unfortunate, and great positioning here by Leary. And let's take a look. Did anyone add a second TC yet? It feels like ACM might be the only one so far.
Yeah, I don't see any more TCs. I do see that Hart has added in a castle and he's going to start going into conquistadors. But I have not seen a second TC just yet.
Nice catch, and having bloodlines helps out a lot as well. And since we have ACM sitting behind palisade walls, that will be super interesting how you can defend that. Nice move here by Leary, getting a lot of kills against Backty, the guy who's trying to get ballistics up now. But if you don't have any expos left, does it really matter if you have ballistics?
Yeah, this is going really, really well. Slaktarn and his teammate Leary playing great together. Knights meat shielding for Leary's archers. The purple player ACCM will respond to this. He'll bring in a very big group of knights. Interesting engagement on the way. Both players with 120 HP, +1 defense. Many more knights here for ACCM, but he's going to get trapped in between the crossbows. He's going to run through this. Not quite sure what the plan is for the purple player. Interesting engagement, though.
I think he has so much more, so I would... Yeah, I think he is doing right with engaging, but some more knights of blue coming in, and yeah, you just did a bit better. Purple shouldn't engage this. Not having +2 defense really hurt him against, that nice amount of crossbows here by Leary.
Yeah, really nice teamwork so far between Slaktarn, who is a substitute, and Leary here. Gotta love the way they're playing the game right now. Say My Name is still trying to get his feet on the ground. He's got a couple of scouts roaming around the map. We haven't seen him do very much since some early raiding. So he's got to get back in the game. Back's going to drop a TC on the front of his base to try to get a little bit more of a gold eco. Conquistadors from Hart are roaming all around the map. They are not really grouped up, and he doesn't have very many. But right now, it does look like Hart might be headed toward the center. I don't know if you see this, but there are 8 villagers headed toward the middle for Hart.
Oh yeah, and is he heavily on stone still? Yes, so
Yeah.
he might put up his second castle, and yeah, we look at his amount of stone. More than enough to put on a castle. Where will he build it? There are good spots. It is very far to the left-hand side, the overgold spot, and it's not very clumped up. You can see Leary standing in as well now. And yeah, that's a castle not on the hill, but blocking a lot of the overall gold. So I think, since they have the full control at the moment, this looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does look pretty good. Leary and Hart starting to take over the middle. They're doing so on the backs of really great play in this early game that's put them ahead. They're going to trade their advantage that they have for some map positioning. And obviously the gold here is going to be incredibly important to protect. Leary will drop a TC, Hart will drop a castle. We'll see more conquistadors from the green player as the game rolls forward. But this is going to be really a difficult situation now. If that castle and TC get finished, which looks like they will, it's going to be really hard for the other team here, the VNS team, to claw their way back into the game.
Well, they still have the chance to take the hill and the gold spots, so that's an option, but do they really have the army to compete against that amount of conquistadors now? Purple is sending in some villagers at the front, but oh boy, they will be denied. And she realizes it and is sending his villagers back.
Yeah, Slacktarn's built a second TC to the south of his base, but there are knights coming in as we speak. What are you watching?
Hard misclicked and actually built a trade card, which is now going through the arches of back T, so that will not bring the gold home.
Yeah, it looks like we have a brief pause in the game. ACCM is about to get into Slacktarn's base and do some raiding. Slack has nicely positioned a couple of TCs to protect his villagers, so we should be okay. But yeah, at this point in the game, I guess we have a brief pause. We'll see 2 TCs in the center eventually for Leary, Hart, and Slacktarn's team, and a castle. So you got to think they're in a good position here.
Yeah, I think so as well. The middle control is so good. Let's take a look at how much gold the individuals still have left. That's roughly, never do math on stream. 3k for purple. Orange has 2.4, 2.4 for back T, or 2.2. And yeah, way more for same name, since he didn't build gold units for too long here.
Yeah, Say My Name is starting to add in some knights there, and that's going to help his team out a lot. Looks like 2 stable knights for him. Hart is here to raid him, though. I don't know if you're seeing that, but Conquistadors roaming in, and they're going to hit the gold pile.
Oh, and they might get in! The knight opening.
Oh, they're in the gate. Hold the gate open. Hold the gate.
Oh, and that will be bad.
Yeah, I mean, granted, there were just palisades here. They could have knocked through pretty easy, but oh man, it feels so good to see him get through that gate. Villagers getting chopped down like crazy by conquistador bullets. It's going very well for Hart, Leary, and Slacktarn. Overall, their military numbers are a bit lower. They spent their resources building castles and
SemiFinal only has 1 TC, obviously, so all his villagers can't fit into the TC.
Yeah.
Hart is just going under, then he's on a killing spree. Look at that, 40 villagers only for same name.
Yeah, absolutely. Those conquistadors have paid for themselves already. Just leave them in there until they're dead. Just keep grabbing vills.
Same time as the am fighting under the castle, and those knights, can they win against the conquistadors, or can the conquistadors out micro? Oh, very the typical VNS boss for you again. And yeah, that's HCM being in the middle, but can he get gold there? Not really.
Yeah, ACCM will soon have enough for a castle. Has been on stone for a little while, but seems to want to get a toehold with the TC first. We'll see if this can work out, but it's looking pretty dire. Bact will also come over, though, to join his teammate, so we'll see knights and crossbows there working together to try to claim a little bit of the center of the map for the VNS team.
I see I'm now trying to build the defensive castle, but will that go up? Not 100% sure. The Monk's the only thing that's really good for ACM here. Hard is trying to go for the kill. Misclicking here. And now needs to go back. Is sniping the Monk, so that's good for him. And yeah, I think ACM will not get that castle up. Especially now Leary is standing in his as well. And at the same time, Slagton and Leary are preparing the team wall.
Yeah, Leary.
ACM might even lose that castle. 100 HP.
Yeah.
ACCM.
Guys.
Oh! That's no cancel.
Yeah.
ACM lost that castle. Oh.
Yeah, losing that castle. And in the meantime, Slagtarn, who was microing his knights pretty nicely, is going to stonewall up his side. So he and Leary will have a nice stone team wall between them. So not only is their team doing well in the middle, but they're doing well to protect themselves at home.
And another castle, so engagement on that hill aren't an option for VNS anymore as well. Oh, that's just so brutal. At the moment, ACM is getting the gold because Leary is trying to protect the hill and not trying to raid the gold. Now another attempt of ACCM, but let's see if Hart sees it. And Leary, do they have cartography? Yes, they do. And yeah, it seems like ACM's second attempt of a castle looks a bit more promising here.
Yeah, what's interesting here is Slagtarn is clicked up to the Imperial Age. Seems to be on stone. I can't lay my eyes on it.
That's ambitious.
Is there a castle drop coming?
No, the villagers running through the middle into like 120 army.
Yeah, Back's going to lose several vills there. And Say My Name, if he's not careful, is going to lose a few knights just trying to run interference. Oh boy, it's going well for Hart and Leary and Slagtarn. Siege Workshop starting to come up on the front for Leary, so maybe we'll see some rams to try to push down ACCM's castle.
Okay.
But yeah, for the moment, Imperial on the way for the blue player.
Okay, and Leary, now the question is, do they want to take an engagement? Actually, they should not. Slagtarn is on the way to Imperial Age. They know no one can be much faster than him, so just wait for the upgrade for Cavaliers for +4. +2 is coming in now, and SemiFinal is trying to take an engagement. Leary now on the way to Imperial Age as well, and it's looking better and better for them.
Yeah, ACCM attempting to drop a second castle. Like I said, he's just trying to get a little foothold in this corner of the main gold, the gold area in the center, but he's just not able to get that castle up in any efficient manner. But man, these armies are just, they are just waiting for a massive engagement potentially in the middle. Hart with the Conquistadors in huge number. Leary's got a ton of crossbows and a whole bunch of knights from Slagtarn, waiting from a huge group of knights for both the gray and purple players.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, Bakhti is trying to get a castle up here, but Slagtarn is there. Now everyone is setting in his army except ACM, who's chilling a bit. And oh no, he was at the top there, and that castle is going to be denied.
Yeah, while that castle gets denied, the castle from the purple player ACCM is finished. He's starting to try to roll in a couple rams to put pressure on his opponents. That's really his team's only hope, in my approximation, to hold the center in any meaningful way. Those two castles from the purple player have to stand.
Yeah, and they're sending in all their knights now, hopefully before the upgrades of Slagtarn are kicking in. Where are all his cavaliers? He doesn't have the real numbers at the moment, only 15 military. Lost a lot there before the upgrades actually kicked in. Now, therefore, there's no buffer. Leary and Hart need to fight at the first front. Why is Slagtarn going over here, trying to defend against some rams? I think the main fight over here would have been a bit more important. ACCM, Bakhti, and Venus Yellow are doing the damage better than I would have expected. Leary and Hart together with Slagtarn all fighting just shortly before they got all the precious upgrades in.
Yeah, Slagtarn at the moment on 4 stable Cavaliers. Cavalier upgrade just about to come in, but his military number has dipped to 11, like you said. And Say My Name backed in ACCM, picking a decent time to take a fight, getting pretty good trades here. Their castles are still alive. ACCM's castles are still alive. But they have yet to push into the central area and take away all of this juicy gold mining in the center. for the Leary, Hart, and Slacktarn team.
And now it's 3 players of Hart, Lyria, and Slacktarn in Imperial Age. ACM, the first one to just click now. There's no chance of getting that castle up. It's no chance of killing those castles here of Hart and Lyria as well. So I want to see some traps out, and ACM's pushing with Rams. I think it's just, yeah, there's no chance to not fade him.
Yeah, it's going to be a real uphill battle here. The green player Hart making trebs out of both castles. Leary at the moment is not making trebs from his castle, but it's not going to matter. We're going to see the GG come in from the VNS team. In game number 1, Leary, Hart, and the substitute player Slacktarn getting the win. Awesome, huh?
Yeah, and they have to be happy with his performance.
Absolutely. Slacktarn playing a really solid game from beginning to end. Really well, played well in the feudal age, got some great raiding in, built some knights, kind of played the pocket the way you should. Really, really nice team game there.
Something weird is happening here, but I will fix that later. Yeah, indeed, great pocket, lots of knights out. I think the main thing was that they got so much damage done against Say My Name there. Probably the opening of Back T wasn't that great.
Yeah, really tough beginning of the game for both backed. You know, he wanted to go with spears early and walls, which didn't really work out so great for him. Kind of left his teammates holding the bag versus a lot of scouts. So that put his team behind, and Say My Name really caught the brunt of all those extra scouts that didn't have to respect Back's army. I think that really hurt him a lot.
Yeah, indeed. So I'm trying to update the scoreboard, but it's not working. I'm a bit surprised by that. Back T's changing his PC. Not really happy with. What did I do? I just updated 2 files for the scoreboard, but it didn't work. And now the 3rd file was right. I'm confused. I know why. But yeah, doesn't matter.
So yeah, I mean that first game has to be an upset, right? I mean, who would have thought that a substitute would step in and be able to help his team win such an important game versus such a good opponent?
Yeah, that's so true. So let's take a look at the civilizations they just picked. We had Britons here as well for. Let's take a look for Leary. What did Hart go for? He went for Spanish. And on the other side, we had Franks being picked. And together with Brit for back to. Did Say My Name go for Teutons as well?
Say My Name was Teutons that game. Yep, I believe so.
And Slacktarn as well.
Yep, Slacktarn. Both pockets were Teutons. Both flanks on one side were Britons. And then you had Franks v Spanish on the other side.
Okay.
Very nice first game. Thanks again for having me, man. Good to see that you've got a lot of viewers here. Hopefully people are enjoying the tournament.
Yeah, I hope so as well. We had some form of delay which really sucks. But what is going on here? Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, the scoreboard looks good on my screen.
Yeah, no,
you got it right.
No, it does. I can show him how to make Taurus masterpiece. I really liked your pronunciation there, Viper, at the Taurus. Like, I'm so bad at this. But the greatest masterpiece ever. Something like that. Like how your voice, turned over. Okay.
Yeah, so we're waiting here a moment for Back to come back, and then we'll jump into game 2.
Indeed. I think we'll play some music, and then we'll be back. What's game number 2? Again with Nilly and KillerB.
Great tournament, man. I enjoy it a lot. Greetings from Bavaria, McPhail.
Thanks so much, mate. Increase the tournament prize pool so that MBL will get even less of it. I see who always get nothing, so thanks. Okay, the home map is Atoll of VNS, and Hard and Leary, or Leary and Slack just went back to check how the map looks like, and now they yeah, are back in the game. Yeah, the semifinal is still to come. Okay, I'm bored of just sitting around. I will just interact with the chat a bit more. I will scroll a bit up. Kadini versus Lily Poker. I would be up for it. Any word from MBL? No. Expected time of arrival for the next game. Back-T is changing his computer in the internet cafe. He's away for feels like 10 minutes now. ACM and Yaddle's still here, so I would expect something between 3-5 minutes, something around that. Yeah, I think hating on rich people doesn't really make sense. Like, hating in general doesn't make sense. And yeah, well, let's not go into that. How are the next few days? Pretty well. Went pretty well. Thanks for asking, mate. MBL didn't show up. Yes. Must really suck to play in an internet cafe. I can't even imagine what it looks like. Yeah. And all internet cafes all having AoE 2 installed as well. That's super interesting. We have no idea why MBL didn't show up. Who plays in the internet cafe? All the VNS guys. Yeah, he lost internet in his house and went to a net cafe. Will MBL play the other games? If he shows up, I will allow it. Back-T now joined the lobby. At first I did not like you, now I start appreciating what you do. That's a rare habit to have a point of view of a person and then change it. And it's even less common if it changes to the better version. First, congrats to you, and thanks for your message behind that. Do you think it's going to go somewhere, Zenpai? What do you mean with somewhere? Back-T has always played in a cafe? No, that's not true. He's playing a lot from home as well. Lost his house? He lost internet in his house. So who played instead of MBL previous game? You can see in the top, it's a 1800 Swedish guy called Slaktarn. I heard rumors that you don't care about personal hygiene. Can you please confirm? That's funny thinking. Well, I didn't shower today, if that's the info you were looking for. This tournament has no interest without Nikov, Sniff. Feels bad, man, for you. You think you guys are getting serious, I mean. Define serious. Benzema is very lazy and irregular. Okay. Showers are overrated. I don't think so. No, can't agree on that statement. I hope you're not getting. Oh, yeah, you're posting my joke already. Overdrive. Okay, so the home map is changed from Atoll to Mediterranean. They asked me if they could change it, and I didn't see any reason why not. Yeah. So we'll see Mediterranean the first time. That's sweet. But your rating is still 2K plus? Yes. On HD and on Woobly. So, owning in 2 games. So Mediterranean is coming up. So let's take another look at the civilizations then. Mediterranean Vikings did not prove to be the strongest civilization. I think Persians are very good. Huns again. Chinese are the best civilization in those settings.
Rogan?
Oh, Sleepy Sweet, hosting me for 32 viewers. Hello. I'm not sure if you're one of the AOC guys or not. For anyone who's new, this is Age of Empires 2, and this is a tournament which will have the next game starting in, I would say, roughly 3 minutes. So Slugden will take part of the prize pool if they win? Yes, absolutely. I will talk to all the 4 of them, how they will split it. And I will send it individually, not to one guy. Like, for example, on CZ, I'm 100% sure if I send it to one guy, they will split it fair. But we that's something we don't need to take care about now. How is Mediterranean different from Baltic? Well, let me where is that? Pointer? No. What is it called? The pens. Is it pen? Epic pen, indeed. So if I'm not sure if you can see that. No, you won't. Oh, that's bad. Wait, I can do something. Display capture and brackets. So if Baltic. Okay, so that's the map. Like Mediterranean, we have this. Okay, I'll take that back. On Mediterranean, we have like such a water in the middle. And on Baltic, we have more like that kind of water, with players spawning here. So you can control water a bit better. If you understood what I meant. Not 100% sure. Like water control is more important. When is the next game? All 6 players are in the room. Should start pretty soon. Sorry, guys. Paint Master. I could have opened Paint. That would have been so much easier. Yeah, I should have done Paint. Holy shit, the stream is far behind, almost 6 minutes. What? I think it's behind like 15 seconds. Yeah, refresh is the right answer. How's the prize pool distribution? Let's see. Depends on how big the prize pool will get. At the moment, I would roughly say 500, 250, 150, 150. Something around that. Niffer, do you think hating on Adolf Hitler makes sense? Nope. 24 stream means 24 nap. Would be funny if people can only stay awake for the same time they slept. Dash overdrive going for it. Can someone deny him? Oh, Xavier. And pole dancer the win or something. What is denied as well? What are we waiting for? I didn't get it. All 6 are in the room. They're just waiting to launch. So that's what we're waiting for. And yeah, the Viper, you can message Stout and Slam that they probably have some more time. Oh, spamming 14 in the game room makes so much sense. That lets the game start so much faster. People are so clever. Where's MBL? No one knows except the serial killer. I think I can close the epic pen. Yeah. Oh, it worked! It worked! Next time I will spam 14 as well. It worked. So Spectator started. In less than 2 minutes, we will jump into the next game, guys. Oh, that looks like a drop. Alright, they didn't set up mid resources. So don't get overexcited. In HD it actually makes sense since hosts quite often tab out etc. and 14 wakes them up. You don't get sound when you're tapped out. Oh, you're still muted? You want to say something, KillerB? That would have made so much sense. Yeah. Okay, then welcome back, KillerB. Sorry for ignoring you for such a long time.
Gotcha. Sorry. That game launched and dropped, huh? So
No. They didn't set up mid resources.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. So they actually had minus 170 stone at the start.
Gotcha. Well, we'll relaunch it. Hopefully it will go correctly this time. Europe, how does it feel to be powerless? It's okay. It's okay. So what have I missed since I was off for a second there?
Not a lot. Me filling time.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, I heard Bact was switching computers, and I was kind of watching and waiting for him to get it done. Yeah. It looks like they're going to relaunch the game now.
Indeed, and the map is Mediterranean.
All right, cool. Have you seen this map yet in the last couple days in the tournament?
No, we didn't. So I'm pretty excited to see how it goes. Normally, like, taking some water control is nice, but you need to secure your land first, or yeah, you will simply die on land. So kind of squeezing in a dock is like, the timing of it is so difficult.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how cohesive the strategy will be from Hart, Leary, and Slacktarn, considering Slacktarn is kind of stepping in here at the very last minute.
Yeah, okay, Spectator now started, so this time it should be a bit better. Again, Spectator, less than 2 minutes now here.
All right, you could cut the tension with a knife right now. Not sure what that means, but people say that all the time.
Yeah, you as the master of metaphors, you have to know.
I know how to say them and remember them, but I don't know what any of them mean.
Okay. I think it means like the air is so thick from tension that it actually, like, you would get, how's it called? Like, you could feel like that you're pushing against something when you're cutting. And normally in the air, you're just moving your hand, but if you have, how is it called? I should know that in English.
Resistance? Is that
resistance? Yeah, exactly. You feel resistance because it's so intense.
Gotcha. Well, 10 seconds left and we'll see this game launch. Here we go, man. I'll leave it to you for your intro.
Okay, thanks. So finally, we will jump into game number 2 here. We have MBL's team without MBL playing Mediterranean on the home map of VNS. VNS picked Vikings for the water, Mongols for the late land, Spanish for the trade. On the other side, we have Leary going for Vikings, Slackton the Turks pocket here, the placement of MBL, and Marian's flank for hard. With me will be KillerB.
Hey man, thanks for having me. Was Slacktarn Turks in the last game though? I'm confused.
No, he was
Am I?
Teutons.
It was Teutons. Okay, I had the T right, and that's it. Anyway, thanks for having me, man. Good to be here in game number 2. Good to see Slacktarn, who played a really nice game 1, coming back in game 2 to try to help out his new teammates Leary and Hart. Yeah, I guess we'll finally get to see a game on Mediterranean, so I'm excited for it.
Let's see how the players will play it out. It feels a bit like the flanks are trying to wall off, but normally, as we've seen in the 2v2 tournament and in the 1v1 tournament, that's not how it works. You always lose your starting villager there if you're not going on land, so Leary might struggle on land a lot if he's getting fully scout rushed.
Yeah, scout in there early from Say My Name to deny those walls for a minute. The villager will live for now, but Say My Name will continue to roam around and look to do some damage. Pocket player is going to be Slacktarn on one side, playing as Turks. Pocket player will be backed, playing as Mongols on the other side of the map. The two flanks will be ACCM in purple as Vikings versus Hart as Mayans, and Leary as Vikings versus Say My Name as Spanish. Do you see any major Civ advantage for one team or the other so far?
Not 100% sure. It feels like Turks aren't the very best, but being in the pocket position and simply going for scouts, that's totally reasonable. But it feels like Leary has a very poor start here, and at the moment, one will behind already and might lose another one. Zlatan will try to defend him hard with Mayans, probably a civilization that you want to have on other maps as well. So they really went for strong civs, but VNS went for very strong civs as well.
Yeah, Bax here will be able to get up rather early with his Mongols. I shouldn't say get up because we're starting obviously in the feudal age, but he'll get his food eco going early on, a little faster than his opponent. It seems like the hot side of the map right now is Slacktarn with a couple scouts near Leary's base, and Say My Name with a couple scouts over there as well. Players just really fighting over sheep at the moment, trying to get that free food.
Yeah, it obviously have lost. Leary now going for an archery range to defend, having his villagers on wood at the moment and can easily distribute some on gold as well. And then he can just decide, do I build galleys, do I build archery ranges, but he might lose this villager at the frontier. 2 more hits, 1 more hit, oh, and Samanem is going back.
Yeah, Say My Name here is a little reluctant to get into that TC arrow fire. Just a quick reminder, since we have a Vikings player, you have different slinging rules than normal, right? Do you want to just quickly say those?
Yeah, slinging is only allowed starting from Imperial Age. It is important who, what age the slinger is in, not the guy who receives the resources.
Gotcha. So we probably won't see that. Vikings, obviously a good water civ for ACCM. He's going to have a galley out already, just roaming around the map, getting an idea of what's going on. I don't think anybody else has any warships yet, but I could be wrong about that.
On ACM, beautiful that
looks
he
like
finds
Leary
the dock
will.
instantly. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll find the dock of Leary. Leary does have one ship out as well. He's going to find the dock of ACCM. So a little bit of tit for tat here at the beginning of this game. Both Vikings players pressuring each other's fishing economy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we can see that. And Hart lost a lot at home and couldn't really go into the offensive end. It feels like VNS has a small advantage here. But yeah, now being walled on the left hand side as well. Only palisade walls, since it's forbidden to build stone walls, or not allowed. You don't have the option to go for stone walls here in feudal age. And therefore you can never be 100% safe at home.
Yeah, it's a really good thing to point out. Backed at the moment is adding in some scouts. He's going toward the side of his teammate Say My Name. So both pockets going toward the blue and teal flank for now. No major engagement there, but both sides seem to be really interested in potentially fighting on that side. The other side of the map, ACCM, is double palisading in since he can't stonewall. He's adding in a barracks and playing this game. He's going to wall up his side, but playing this game as if he's going to go hard onto water.
Ooh, and Leary will lose another villager here. Was the ball. He could have gotten the walls done, but went for a weird aggressive house. Not 100% sure why he went for that one, and is now still open.
Yeah, that's no bueno whatsoever for Leary, who's adding in a couple of archers at the moment. No upgrades on his archers, so he can't really stand toe-to-toe with Say My Name, I wouldn't think. That being said, Say My Name's going to run right past Leary's eco and probably head toward the red player. One would think. We'll see. There's a nice, juicy gold pile, but some really good quick walling from Leary at the moment.
Yeah, but one more villager. That was pretty sweet. Two villagers kind of out of position here, but he walled both of them pretty nicely. And really trying
Yeah, not bad at all.
Yeah, really
Quick reaction there.
Yeah, sweet stuff. Indeed, and I think that's the moment where Say My Name and BackT should actually go for a duck, because if they know, if they go for fish now, it should be pretty safe.
It's interesting, ACCM controlling the water, actually attacking Leary's dock because he has nothing else to fight. Leary's got one ship on the water attacking ACCM's dock, but ACCM will not go back home to protect his own dock for now. So the water has been a little bit of a slow start, but there is a lot of action on land. I'm seeing red scouts from Slacktarn chasing back scouts, so we're seeing pocket versus pocket just above the green base right now.
Yeah, but BackT has bloodlines and Slacktarn only at like roughly 50%. So BackT, if he wants to take an engagement, in a better position, and being as yellow, Say My Name is on the land as well. Maybe trying to find.
Yeah, you got to give some credit to Slacktarn for building such a tight base. He's not raidable at all by scouts. Say My Name would love to be raiding the red player right now, but there's just no opening at all to do so.
Oh, and BackT is now taking a great engagement here. Not 100% sure if he wants to take it. He didn't lose a scout yet. 7 and did kill 2. Kill set at the moment 7-2. Maybe he's just waiting for blue to come in as well. Because hard, if he gets more archers out, he is in a better position. Oh, I think BackT is just waiting for the defense upgrade.
Yeah, at the moment, we're not seeing much from ACCM. He's starting to build up some skirmishers for now, and that's about it. Still just a couple ships on the water harassing Leary's dock. Probably going to kill Leary's dock soon. Back scouts at the moment have escaped my view. Where did Backed go? Oh, he's over by the red player now, Slacktarn. So far, no real decisive damaging blows dealt, but Back's team seems to be in a really good position in this game.
Yeah, they're the guys with the aggression. Look at the military count, 14 for Leary and 11 for Hart. But what can they do with their military? Not too much. They're just, shooting some walls. But at the other side, we have VNS really killing villagers left and right. Our mixed team needs to wall, and they always find some sweet pickups here. One for Leary and deleting the lumber camp there.
Yeah, at the moment, I'm looking around at least resources. Slacktarn's doing pretty well. He'll click up soon. Say My Name is also doing quite well. I think those will be the first two players up. So we'll see a Turks player in the Castle Age and a Spanish player in the Castle Age relatively soon. Say My Name not taking any stone just yet. So not thinking about an early castle in this one. But yeah, I'll keep you updated on that. Those guys should be clicking up any minute.
I can give you another update. MBL just messaging me, oh, I thought we were the second one. I will play the next games.
There you go.
Okay, so Team MBL fail will be Team MBL fail. But complete again.
Yeah, if this game continues the way it is, it might be a 1-1 score when MBL joins, because his team is getting beat up right now. However, it's very early in the game. We could still see this one turn around. But at the moment, Say My Name still roaming around with a couple scouts in the back of Leary's base. Backed has a bunch of scouts that he's done a ton of damage to Hart with. He's just roaming back and forth between the red player and the green player, just harassing as much as possible. And we will see Castle Age coming in for Say My Name and Slacktarn in a few minutes.
Yeah, indeed. And finally, the VNS guy is going for some water as well. BackT has a dock, ACM has 2, and yeah, therefore the water control will be used pretty nicely to increase their eco there with some fish.
Yeah, 3 villagers going over to stone for both the blue player, Say My Name, and for Slacktarn. So those guys might be thinking about more TCs, I suppose, as this game rolls forward. Obviously, only 30 stone in the bank for them. Not enough to build a TC. A little bit of an engagement between ACCM and Hart, but not a whole lot going there for now. ACCM just with a couple of skirmishers pushing out of his walls.
Ooh, sorry to interrupt you, but Backteam finds another hole here against Hart, and Hart is not reacting in time. Losing at least 2 villagers, I would assume. 2 down already, might even go to 3 or even more. Backteam doesn't mind to trade off all his scouts now, but yeah, he just keeps it at 3 villagers down, 1 scout in exchange, and might even snag an archer at least. Oh, that's beautiful split micro here, Backteam.
Yeah, while Bact was raiding that back wood line, he and ACCM actually engaged.
Whoops.
Took a decent fight there, but pretty much equal trades. Obviously, the villagers Bact was getting on that wood line make it really good for him. Even better trades for his team.
Yeah, and now Slacktown with his scouts being light capped, trying to do something, but does the addition really make too much sense here? I'm not 100% sure, because they still can't get against the walls. ACM will be up at 1 point, and he has not that many archers, but another archery range, then up to 3. I think he will hold against the aggression of Hard and Slackton, especially if they're still in tutelage.
Yeah, just as an aside, the blue player here, Say My Name, has gone double stable knights. He's got bloodlines in already. The red player, Slacktarn, who was up as about the same time as Say My Name, he's gone with a second TC and not a whole lot of military production at the moment. So one player trying to go for actually a third TC coming now for Slacktarn. He's trying to go for a bit of a boom. His opponent, Say My Name, who's also in castle, will go with a couple of knights, and those knights are going to roam forward. There's a siege workshop on the way. Say My Name ready to make a push against Leary.
Yeah, but Leary has a nice amount of archers, but let's take a look how far the Hart just clicked up, and Leary's resources, 450 food only, and yeah, has a nice amount of farms and still some villages on berries, so he will click up pretty soon. But as you said, knights and siege coming up, and Leary, I think he needs to evacuate with his wood line.
Yeah, one other major advantage to point out is that the purple player ACCM has won water. He doesn't have a ton of galleys, but he has won the water for now. He and his teammate Bact are fishing rather extensively, 4 fishing ships each, and that's all just free food for the most part once you pay for those ships. So they're getting a major food boost from having the water at the moment.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. Let's try to find out what Slacktown is doing except booming. His light cap won't really do too much. I think Leary will hold this area. Yeah, with all his archers there. Shouldn't be a problem.
There's a attempt of Hart here to land. He's got a transport ship out right next to his dock. But ACCM with some really nice galley scouting has scared the green player away. Hart was ready to transport a bunch of archers across the walls to maybe hit the purple player. But ACCM will keep him honest with a galley nearby.
Will he? Because it seems like the transporter might still sneak 5 archers around.
Yeah, this is really strange. ACCM must not have seen it. He sailed right past it with that galley to the north. But Hart here has a window of opportunity to go land the purple player. And there's nothing at home for purple except for 1 knight from Bact in defense.
Well, yeah, but only against 5 archers. He still has 3 archery ranges, so that might be good. ACM now pushing into the gold spot of Hart, and that might hurt. The other time we have the Manglal doing some damage, and it seems like it's looking better and better for VNS here.
Yeah, and VNS in really good shape.
Instant
There
GG
you go.
here.
GG.
I really wanted to play some more with MBL, it seems.
It was a good game. I think really nice cohesive strategy from the from the VNS team. Looks like they're ready to start the next one already.
Yeah, as they should. Let me see, what am I doing wrong with my scoreboard file here? It's weird. But yeah, I will fix that outside of the game then. And let's take a look at the achievements. I think bridge account should be most important. Leary Hart didn't look too great. The scouts just did so much damage, and yeah, Leary just had such a horrible start, not getting the walls up, way too aggressive, and clearly didn't look the Rex from the tournaments before.
Hashtag clearly.
Hashtag clearly, indeed, yeah.
So yeah, game number 3 has already launched. Obviously, we'll wait for spectators to launch, but while we have a second, Nilly, I mean, I'm sure you're busy updating scores and all that stuff. But what do you think, all in all, about Slacktarn's performance coming in as a sub? I mean, I'm a huge fan of him helping his team win one game.
Yeah, I think you couldn't ask for more after 2 games just being 1-1. It is perfect for them. Like, MBL's fail got kind of evened out, so yeah, they will be ups. They will be happy with him.
Yeah, absolutely. And represented himself very well, played a couple of really good games, was pivotal to the game that they won. That second game, though, it just seemed like the VNS team was more ready to fight on water, and then they had free fishing for quite some time, and it was a little bit difficult for the NBL team to get back in it.
So what were the civs again? We had Turks, Vikings, Mayans. And on the other side we had Vikings, Mongols, and
Vikings, Mongols, and
what's it?
Spanish.
Spanish.
There was a Spanish in there, yeah.
Indeed,
I believe
yeah.
so.
Okay, so now we're going on to Arabia. Now back with MBL Hard Theory trying to play in the best lineup. Finally. And yeah, so civilization still up for grabs. Huns, Chinese, probably the 2 best civilizations here. Then we have potentially Mayans for VNS. Persians are super strong as well. Celts is an option. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's interesting to see what civs they throw in, because obviously this set is going to go at least 4 games. It may go 5, so you might want to save a couple of the strongest civs for the next game. But of course, you can't do that by sacrificing your chances to win this one.
Yeah.
So it will be interesting. So I can't see the civ pool right now, but out of the civs remaining, is one team, do they have better civ options in your opinion than the other? Has one team used more of the strongest civs, like Mongols, for instance?
It is actually only one difference here. Or is it? Yeah, we have like Magyans, Mongols. It's tough to judge which ones are better. And we have Turks being used by Slacktown before, which is one of the weaker civilizations. And VNS used Franks, which is pretty viable, I would say. So I think at the moment, MBL Liberty and Hart have a tiny bit of an advantage.
Gotcha. Interesting. 2-minute spectator delay. That means the game is launched. So hopefully we'll be jumping into game number 3. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, so do I. Well, I'm getting asked weird questions here in the game room, but yeah, don't really know how to answer them. So I bet I don't answer at all. Okay, Arabia.
Yeah.
We've seen some pretty interesting stuff in Arabia so far. It is tough to wall, a lot of actions. Doubling is absolutely an option. Like the typical everyone walls himself simply doesn't work in Arabia here.
Yeah, absolutely. And the early start is going to allow lots of aggression. We've seen scouts being very effective so far. So we'll see who gets a good civ to go scouts with early and how the beginning of this game shapes up.
Yeah, okay, speculate down to 20 seconds. Let's see, I will expect Chinese, Huns, and one Archer civilization, maybe something like Celts or something. And let's jump into game number 3. We have Hard playing with Persians. We have Leary Pocket with Huns and Chinese for MBL. So perfect civilizations for them. They really want to win this game. On the other side, we have Say My Name with Huns. The Pocket is Chinese, Bacti, and Persians for ACCM. So an absolute mirror here with the best available situations. They really want to win it. And my co-caster will be KillerB.
Hey man, thanks for having me. Yeah, it is really interesting that these guys had a hidden civ pick and ended up with all of the same civilizations. Importantly, Hart, who's playing as Persians in blue, he'll be on one flank, and he'll be across from ACCM as Persians. So it will be a true mirror on that flank. The other flank will be Chinese for MBL in yellow versus the red player Huns. So it's not perfectly mirrored on the flanks. The Huns flank for the red player, Say My Name, might be a bit of an advantage. But I suppose we'll unravel all of that stuff as we move forward. But yeah, thanks again for having me.
6 players going for stables here. So 6 times scouts. Oh, better start to wall your villagers now.
Yeah, one thing that strikes me right away is that Hart has a really nice deer patch very close to his TC, and that could help him sustain scout production a little longer than his opponents might be able to.
And Persians also start with 50 extra food, which really helps you out to build that 6 scout a bit earlier.
Yeah, for the moment, it does look like everybody's building up scouts, starting to mass them up. We've seen players send usually about 4. 4 seems to be the magic number. Once you have 4, they start to go forward to do some raiding. Seeing Say My Name headed toward the yellow player MBL. Seeing the blue player pushing out, everybody's working their way across the map to get in some damage. Probably no major advantages at this point in the game, but we're about to see who's better at raiding in the feudal age.
At the moment we have MBL only going for 2 scouts. And BackT going for 3 scouts, but the wood upgrade already, so he's taking the eco approach here, but should catch up with this Chinese eco pretty soon.
Yeah, the blue player Hart is roaming around now down toward ACCM. ACCM has done a really nice job to wall toward his TC, so I think the purple player is going to be really safe against the scouts for now. Looks like the blue player will head toward Backed. His teammate Leary will also be headed toward Backed with 5 scouts of his own. So Backed here might be seeing a 2v1 because of some early walling from ACCM.
Yeah, we said before, everyone walling himself doesn't really do the job here, but VNS is trying it and maybe they can make it happen. But if you want to name some guys who can really punish one player being walled and the other one being open, it has to be Leary and Hart with their great team play.
Yeah, absolutely, and we'll see how well they communicate. Right now, Leary has actually turned to the north, and he's headed towards Say My Name, who's still open, but only going to be open for a couple seconds. It looks like Leary he has time to get in. Leary could get in. Get in, Leary. Come on, man. There he goes. Leary getting 5 scouts into the eco of Say My Name.
And Say My Name doesn't have anything at home to defend. He is in the middle of the map trying to raid Leary, or at least he should be, but he's just idling at home. And yeah, he needs to wall a lot there. And yeah, if you're trying to wall and the enemy is just barely getting in, that's where it hurts the most.
Yeah, at the moment, interestingly, we'll see MBL with a couple villager advantage. Not sure how he got out so far ahead.
Chinese is starting with 3 extra.
Oh, he's playing Chinese. There you go. Fair enough. Yeah, MBL at the moment out ahead, playing as Chinese, of course. There you go. He is going to be working his way up. 4 scouts roaming around the map a little bit defensively. He's kind of hanging out in front of Leary's base.
Say My Name! It will lose 3 of his wood villagers, completely trapped there. He didn't wall, he wanted to try those villagers, but fail wall, and that's such a bad start for him.
Yeah, that is really bad. Oh man, good catch with pointing the camera at that. I didn't even see it happening. But Leary able to get in. He's going to lose a lot of HP on his scouts, but they've done their job already.
Absolutely, look at that. Now down to 16. At the same time, we have Leary losing some villagers at home as well. But just compare it. For example, now Say My Name to his direct enemy, MBL 7 builds behind already at those low numbers.
Yeah, at the moment, green player's getting cleaned up a little bit in Say My Name's base, but Say My Name is hurt, and we saw Say My Name hurt early in game number 1. We're going to see him hurt early again in game number 3. We'll see if he can recover, but for now, he's going to be playing a bit from behind.
And playing from behind, obviously against teams that can really punish and can snowball with their army. It's so tough to come back against other guys. Maybe you can wall, you can build some defensive towers, but those settings are so unforgiving. Is Hart trying to get inside here of ACM? No. ACM in time and would have even walled some more behind. What is Leary? Look at Leary's villager in the middle of the map.
Oh yeah, Leary's villager getting found as well.
What?
What was her plan, Leary? What's the plan here?
That's a gift.
Leary feeling like his team is ahead enough, he's going to give a villager back. Backed will be there to try to raid Leary a little bit. He's got 5 scouts coming in. No bloodlines on those. Bloodlines on the way for Backed as we speak. So he's not going to want to take an engagement just yet. But for the moment, Backed, ACCM, and Say My Name haven't put down very much damage. But their score is keeping up with MBL, Hart, and Leary.
Villager count a bit better for our non-Vietnamese players here. Military pretty even as well.
Oh,
so.
Nilly, look to the south. Look to the orange base. MBL got in and grabbed a couple villagers there on the mill.
Indeed, and yeah, it looks like 1 villager down only for Back-T. At the moment, he has 2-1 stats, and MBL has only 1-0, so that was his first kill of the game, actually.
MBL and Hart will join forces here with 2 sets of scouts. Backed only has 4 scouts in defense. Those guys can do some damage, but Backed is mostly walled up and protected.
What you will see now is Hart and MBL will try to run around the GC and try to find some trees, and then will palisade walls over it so that the villagers cannot get the stragglers anymore. But the positioning of those stragglers is pretty nice for Back-T here.
Yeah, those guys still roaming around. Back seems to be holding his ground for now. He's walling in the other side of his base with palisades. That should keep him pretty safe over there. Say My Name has been very quiet since early raiding has gone on. And I haven't seen ACCM too busy, but he is now poking and prodding away at Hart's base.
Oh yeah, but let's see if he can do something. He got a villager who had another funny mission like the villager from Leary before. Not 100% sure. And now we can see a blacksmith of Hart coming in. And yeah, that's the Arabia game we want to see. Lots of action, 6 players still unstable, so many scouts out, so many dead villagers as well, and unforgiving as it could be.
Yeah, ACCM here has held back a little bit militarily. He's getting a little bit pushed on by the blue player, but he's going to click up to Castle Age any second. So ACCM will be the first one to click up. He's on the flank on his team, but he's going to be up to Castle quite a ways before most of the other players in this game.
And he is walled for now. He's killing some more scouts as well. Hart cannot get out. Nice wall here. It's not heavily on stone. And remember, being on Castle Age only means you have the tech advantage, not directly the opportunity to get some booming rolling. Because only having 30 stone means no extra TCs just yet. But whoops! If you kill lots of villagers of your enemy, that's not the most important thing.
Yeah, really good raiding coming in from ACCM right now. Able to grab a couple vills, able to idle a couple vills. Took away, that's the entire wood economy of Hart that he just took away. So that's a nice little consolation prize. Castle Age halfway in for ACCM. Bloodlines on the way. Hart will click up, but he's going to be about a full minute of game time behind the purple player.
Yeah, but still behind walls, so we will see how much he can do. Hart can build camels at home. I think this could be a hold still. Let's take a look at the ecos. I thought so, yeah. MBL with 37 villagers, looking strong. He didn't lose much. I think he only lost scouts so far. Did he lose a single villager in this game? Maybe those are the first ones here.
Yeah, Say My Name able to push those villagers away from the TC, and they are both dead meat. 6 scouts over there to chew up and spit out those villagers. MBL pretty heavily on stone with 6 vills at the moment. He's got 1-2 stables coming up, so I suppose we can expect the Chinese player here, when he gets the castle, to start pumping out a couple of knights.
And Leary being annoying here against Back-T, who is pretty open on his wood and gold. So if Leary wants to take another approach, actually Back-T doesn't have a single walled villager at the moment. Now 3. That's a bit surprising. MBL defending at home now as well. So players on the Castle Age, will we see a lot of knights, or will someone go for something else?
Yeah, ACCM will have some knights coming out. The blue player Hart is just about to get up. I'll keep an eye on what his barracks do, but I'm assuming we're going to see a lot of knights here. Let's see. Hart hits the castle age, and he immediately goes camel. His second stable's coming up, and he will probably queue another camel there. So expecting ACCM's knights. But so far, ACCM has not sent those knights forward.
Oh, Leary didn't finish the quick waltz and will lose a lot of villagers in his woodline here. Was trying to get it quite a good engagement. Venus Yellow couldn't get all the scouts fighting here. But still, Leary, that's not great for you. And we are now coming to help out. SemiFinal, just sacrifice all your scouts there, kill the villagers. That would be the best thing. And we are now coming in. Nice team play. And that went better for Leary than I expected, obviously, honestly. Like one villager, maybe two villagers went down only.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how more villagers didn't die, but Say My Name will now have to run away from the scouts of MBL. MBL will carve a few of those scouts away and head back toward his home base. MBL has gone into a couple camels so far, so mostly camels thus far for MBL.
And SemiFinal will switch on to Cav Archers, so we will see lots of knights and camel defense for Hard as well. So let's see, the Cav Archers can really do a lot of damage here. This SemiFinal is sweeping it up. He's now going for the defense upgrade. And yeah, we'll reach Castle Age pretty soon.
ACCM is going to get caught out by Hart near the blue base. He's going to get a little bit of damage put on him by these camels. MBL is still chasing Say My Name all the way across the map, but Say My Name has led him toward his teammates. I'm sorry, his teammates' camels here. Hart's camels will probably help a lot in this fight.
Yeah, probably. And I'm not really sure if anyone can take any real damage. Some monasteries at home, everyone's still behind their walls, and MBL now scouting the 3 archery ranges, so he won't get caught off guard. He has TCs at home as well, even 2 extra TCs. This looks like people will build a lot in Castle Age, but for now everyone seems fine.
What are your thoughts about one Huns player, Say My Name, seemingly going into Cav Archers and the other Huns player going into Knights so far?
I think since you go for double camel, going for Cav Archers would absolutely be an option here for Leary. Maybe things from the pocket he wants to go on to Paladins later on, and therefore he didn't really want to go for CA and then transition and retransition. So I can see his reasoning behind that, but at the moment it feels like Knight, 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 or Knight, Camel, Camel against Knight, Knight, CA. It should be a bit better for the mix.
Yeah, usually that diversity works out well. Obviously, Camel's not very arrow-proof, but we'll see whose tactics are better on the battlefield. Say My Name is still, it feels like he's still a little bit behind after getting hit early. At the moment, though, he's rolling out Cav Archers, and he's got 5 or 6 of those. So he is going to be back in the mix here very shortly with those cheap Huns Cav Archers.
Yeah, let's see how much he can do. He's still heavily outnumbered. Look at that. He's now up to 10 military against the 20 of MBL, and MBL has a counter there as well with the camels. So we really need to see a mass for Say My Name before he can ever take any real engagements.
Yeah, for the moment, Bact is looking for somebody to raid, but he's kind of hanging out in the middle of the map. Back at home, the orange player Bact, who's really one of my favorites. He's adding in a second TC, but that's about it. Hasn't done a whole lot this game. The real exciting flank is MBL versus Say My Name at the moment. MBL's camels chasing Say My Name across the map, and he's really doing a good job at keeping those Cav Archers from clumping up. There's 6 Cav Archers here, all on the run. There's 6 Cav Archers there, all on the run, and they just can't join into one cohesive unit.
And that's what he needs to do. And nice split there by MBL. Nice catch by you for sure. I'm not really sure how he wants to handle the situation. Just run around, lose one group, and then try to regroup with the rest. But that's always a nice win for MBL. And look at his score lead already. 3 TC is up. And yeah, he has a nice boom advantage over everyone else.
Yeah, MBL doing a really good job with his eco. He has 6 vills on stone, so if he wants to build a castle in a little while, he'll be able to. He might be the first one to be able to drop one. We'll see. But yeah, he's still just chasing Cav Archers across the map with his camels, and he seems to be helping his team a lot right now. Not a lot going on between ACCM and Hart. I haven't seen those guys sparring very much for a few minutes.
Yeah, if one guy goes for camels, the other one for a monk defense, you'll never get any cost-efficient trades if you actually attack. So at the moment it feels like a lot of people are booming kind of like we predicted before, and everyone is adding TCs. Name a bit late on that regard, now going for ballistics. He normally is in the spot where he wants to do a bit more damage, but MBL just slapping him back.
Yeah, absolutely. MBL is doing very well on that flank. I counted all around. I think everybody's got 3 TCs, so we're seeing, or everybody but Say My Name, who's just now adding in his second, has 3 TCs at the moment. So all these players are going to boom up a little bit, and we might see a big post-Imperial battle here. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, feels like it. So then we don't have to talk about civilizations this time, because everyone has the same, and yeah, they go into the Imperial Age how they have played before with the advantage, not because of the picking from before. And then maybe we can speak a bit of positioning. Hans flank against Chinese and Chinese pocket against Hans. That's a bit worse for VNS, I would say.
Yeah, I would agree. But so far, so good. We're seeing this game move to the next stage. Brief pause at the moment. One thing I do notice is that Hart's going to try to start stonewalling, which he can do now since he's in the Castle Age. It looks like he wants to build a team wall between he and Leary. So we might see a team wall coming up here relatively soon for MBL, Hart, and Leary.
Yeah, it looks like it, and that's pretty good, especially if all the players are going for fast Cav and Cav archers. Rating is so strong, and if you're completely stonewalled and can dictate the fights a bit better, you have a huge advantage.
Yeah, in the meantime, in Hart's base, we see ACCM and Say My Name pushing through a house wall. And they could run in if they want to, but for now, they look like they're going to regroup for a second, turn around and fight MBL's camels. MBL here is massively outnumbered, so he's going to have to retreat.
Yeah, I think he retreated a bit late there. Leary now coming in as well, and yeah, so is Back T and Hart. So all the 6 players now on one screen here. And I think this is looking good for 7M. If they can keep the hill, I think Leary, Hart, and MBL shouldn't take this fight. Let's see ACCM. They are retreating. Seems like MBL has enough camels. Would go for the +2 defense now as well. And ACCM clicked up. Therefore, they probably decided, oh, they have to have more. I clicked up as well. So they are going back.
Yeah, ACCM with 15 units on the field. He and Back took a lot of damage there. Say My Name got out of dodge pretty quickly. I didn't see him lose very many Cav archers. But nonetheless, Hart will be safe for the time being, thanks to the help of his teammates. And like you said, we'll see ACCM go into the Imperial Age first. So who do you think has an advantage here? The team with a partial team wall, or the team who's going to have an Imp player quite a bit earlier?
Imp player would be my choice normally, but if they are behind in eco and facing a team wall, they won't really deliver the damage. So I think if it's possible for our MBL team to not get any damage within the next 3-4 minutes, then I think they have a huge advantage. But ACM will need to do exactly that damage.
Yeah, it's looking like at the moment, Say My Name is actually taking a pretty big fight against MBL and Hart's camels. He's on top of the hill, seems to be pushing that group of camels back for now. Leary's trying to come in and pincer from the other side, but there are even more camels there from MBL to help with that push. Say My Name is going to lose a lot of units here, I think.
And HCM isn't going for Cavaliers, but he's going for the Halberdier push, and is now showing it to Leary, who will retreat. Some more damage here for Say My Name, and it feels like that was reasonably cost efficient for the VNS guys. And I think like a Ram and Halberdier push should be pretty effective against Knight Camel Camel.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like a really wise choice. We'll see if he can pull it off. Imperial Age is in for the purple player. No one else has even clicked up yet. Halberdier is on the way. ACCM's ready to make a push here, and hopefully Say My Name can keep enough of those Cav archers alive to basically lob in arrows behind that meat shield of Halbs.
Yeah, let's see now. Villagers are, are some meat shield as well. Bacti coming in with more. At the other side, though, we have the problem that the strong boom of MBL is kicking in. He's going for a Chukunu push now.
Yeah, it's a nice hill that MBL decided to take there. A couple of Chukonu out on the field. It's kind of slowed down his camel production, so he's not able to help his teammates as much as he might have wanted. But yeah, that Halb and Cav Archer push is going to be really strong from Say My Name and ACCM. We'll see what MBL can get done with double Siege Workshops and Chukonu.
Yeah, I think he will do a lot. Let's take a look. What is Bacti going for? He's going for an aggression as well. Let's take a look. Is he heavily on stone? Yeah, so he will build Chukunus to defend Say My Name, I would say.
Say My Name adding in a castle right next to MBL's Siege Workshops. Say My Name saw those villagers with his Cav Archers, but he hasn't gone forward to challenge them. Those villagers from MBL will drop a castle. Say My Name won't be able to deny it because MBL's bringing over camels and Chukonu to defend.
And that's what I said. Now the team wall is so good for them. They cannot really put on the pressure. They being BNS. They have a strong army now. Now they could fight cost efficiently. Halberdier against Knights in Castle Age. But they can't force a fight at the moment.
Yeah, it's very true. Right now it's looking like a very solid bit of map control for those guys. MBL's castle is 3/4 of the way up. There's just a few Cav Archers here from Say My Name, so that will go up. Red player is going to be Imp very soon, so will MBL, so we could see a little bit of Treb on Treb on that corner of the map.
And Bacti is so good on trap wars, but he's very late in Imperial Age. At the moment, hard with only one military. He will go for hand cannoneers here against the Halberdier push. I'm a bit surprised and not 100% sure if he can make it happen, but yeah, Lyria will have so many Cavaliers and maybe soon Paladins out there for the defense as well.
Yeah, absolutely. ACCM is making a push with that castle drop. He's got one ram forward, but it's going to be a very slow push into Heart's base, and that might buy Leary enough time to get up, like you said, to some really, really beefy Paladin, I suppose, and that will probably be kind of spell doom for ACCM, but we'll see in a moment.
Well, indeed, at the moment, we have no one going for Paladins of the Vietnamese team. We have CA, Chukunu, Halberdier, which is pretty uncommon, and since they are so open, I think if they are getting raided, they will really struggle to defend against big raids, especially like trade raids later on.
Yeah, absolutely. And trade raids are going to be important soon. We're going to see markets start to come up. For now, it's just Heart with a market up. But we're definitely going to need to see trade established relatively soon in this game. ACCM has made it through the gate of Heart with some Halbs. So he's going to go in and do a little bit of raiding on Heart's eco. Not a real scary looking army there. Just about a dozen Halbs inside for now. But the push from ACCM on that side is going to be really interesting. He's got to make progress against Heart.
Yeah, he got it too, but at the moment he isn't. And that's so surprising. And on the other side we have Lyri now, coming with all his soon-to-be paladins, fighting against Bacti's camels maybe, not 100% sure. We have Say My Name going for cavaliers now as well. But Lyri will do so much damage. I think Bacti, yeah, he is overchopped here, or did open on purpose. At the same time, HCM is advancing slowly against Heart, but not fast enough. Later, slower than I would have expected.
Yeah, it's a really interesting moment in this game. Both castles looked like they were going to drop, but somehow MBL's castle survives. There were 3 Trebs from Say My Name putting pressure on that castle. MBL was able to ram down those Trebs just in time. He's going to creep forward with a new castle and keep putting pressure on Say My Name. So while MBL wins one flank, ACCM is trying to push in and win on the other, slowly but surely, but that's giving a lot of time to Heart to get those hand cannons up and going.
Oh, the defense looks so tough for SemiFinal. He's trying to go for the Paladin tech. Only has some Cavaliers out, but only one defense upgrade. Means he cannot really compete against Chukunus with Rocketry and Paladins now really knocking at his door. He loses archery ranges, which aren't really that important. Has the resources to attack the Paladins, but if you don't have any Cavaliers, why would you attack the Paladins?
Yeah, Paladin right now for Leary with Chukonu behind them from MBL are really pushing hard together. Siege Rams from MBL making a ton of progress. Those Rams have killed several buildings without losing very many. MBL will drop another castle, and he's just slowly going to castle creep and ram down Say My Name's base. At the rate this is going, Say My Name is definitely losing too quickly for his team to win, even if the other flank is going okay.
Yeah, is the other flank really going okay? It's
no,
shut
it's
down
not.
now. Yeah, bomber cannons out, and it feels like at one point ACM had like 30 army compared to 1 of Hart, but Hart just bought himself so much time with the 2 walls, and I think ACM was pretty sloppy with the aggression there, and therefore got shut down. And look at that stream of Paladins running over the map, this amount of stables, and yeah, the base of Same Name is a goner.
Yeah, Paladins spamming across the map like crazy. Markets coming up for MBL, Leary, and Hart. We still don't have markets up for the other team, so if this one does go long term, they're going to need to establish trading, but I don't think it will. The red player here is just about GG. He's really gotten beat up very badly. At the moment, Say My Name 9 military still has 91 vills, but he's just losing all of his buildings right now.
Yeah, now still only Cavaliers. Say My Name. Look at his resources. He has enough to actually go for Paladin attack and get some out, but really not getting the resources on the map. Let's see, big engagement here. Blue against purple. Bombard Cannon Micro is real, but better for Hart as it seems here. And nice shots indeed. Chemistry now coming in for back T as well, but what's the military count? Look at that, 70 and 66 to -1 for Say My Name, and combined 50 for only for our Vietnamese team here. So they have basically tripled the army amount.
Yeah, it's going really well for them. Hart's doing a good job to keep his opponent honest. ACCM had an opportunity to make a push, but Hart's played a really nice defensive game so far. The purple player has had to carve off some of his halbs to go to the other side of the map, diverting a little bit of his energy from trying to win his flank to trying to help his teammate not lose his flank. But it's a little too late. Say My Name has taken so much damage. He's transitioned his eco into the corner, but it's all going to be in the way of trade cards here when trade does get established. So Say My Name is in some trouble. Looks like MBL, or rather Leary, will knock down a TC in the right corner of the map from the red player Say My Name. He's going to kill several villagers who have ungarrisoned from that TC just now.
Oh yeah, it's not looking good for him. Not 100% sure why they're still in this game. And now all the Paladins are coming in, and now ACCM even has to say like, oh, it's not looking too great as a team, is it, guys? Because so many Paladins now clearing up all my hand cannons. Can't feel good.
Yeah, often these team games turn into who wins one flank before they lose the other. And in this game, Hart's played great defense. He's done a really good job to keep his opponent honest. In the meantime, MBL and Leary have pushed hard on the other side. Say My Name absolutely decimated, and backed here is about to be decimated as well. Chukonu and Paladin about to roam into backspace.
And I think this has to be the GG moment. Back T now down to 20 military or even less. This castle will not even go up. So many rams, traps even out. The trade will be stopped. And indeed, the GG!
Yeah, really great game there. We'll see ACCM not resign just yet, but there he goes with his resign as well. And we'll see the score go 2-1, I suppose.
Indeed, and this time I made it with the scoreboard. And yeah, really great eco there by MBL in the end. It was tough. Back T out of the pocket, Chinese. You want to go for Chukunus, therefore you need to get castles up in the middle. MBL, short way to go into a lot of castles and a lot of Chukunus early on. And Say My Name, stuck on a lot of CA and then couldn't go for Paladins. Really hurt them.
Yeah, tough game there. Say My Name got rated a little bit early on, and he went Cav Archer. He looked like he might get something done, helping his teammate ACCM on the other side. Actually, at one point, we saw all 6 armies fighting at once, but in the end, MBL's push with those Chukonu and Rams was just too much.
Indeed. So, 2-1, and now it should be the map of the team behind. I will ask ACCM, but probably they won't. Betty is still online. Yeah, so 2-1 now, and let's take a look at the potential tips pick. Now they play Atoll. I will show the map to all the guys who don't know it. Everyone is spawning on a small island. You have passing towards the middle where is a lot of gold and stone spots. You start with a reasonable amount of stone and gold though. And water control is super important on that one. But no one has Vikings here.
Yeah, that's right. Both teams using their Viking pick already.
So now we can cross off Hans, Chinese, and Persians. Probably the 3
Persians, yeah.
strongest civilizations overall. So, pretty interesting stuff. And what would you recommend? What will we see here on Atoll? Water is still pretty strong. And I think... we saw Eddie picking Aztecs. I think we have to see Celts from both teams. Japanese is pretty good. Maybe Mongols for MBL Hard, and maybe Mayans for VNS, something like that.
Yeah, I can't see the Civ picks because I'm not watching your stream, but yeah, that seems like the better group of Civs that are left for this particular map. Do we know what the 5th map will be if this one goes to the VNS team?
A pick of VNS. No, a pick of MBL, Leary and Hard. This one is a pick of VNS now.
Gotcha. Well, I'm hoping always when I see a best of 5 to see 5 games, but so far, Leary, Hart, and MBL and Slacktarn have played a really nice series, and maybe they'll close it out here in game number 4.
Indeed. And I will rest for a bit, and we will be back in roughly 3 minutes, I would say, again with KillerB.
Rogan?
Keep up the good work, Nilly. Nice pyramids, by the way. You clearly need more work in that area.
Thank you so much, mate. And speculate running down. We will jump into game number 4 pretty quickly. It will be Atoll. And 2 match points here for MBL, Leary, and Hart. It was not loud enough. My microphone didn't pick it up. That would have been so weird noises. Yeah. I was trying to imitate a fish there. Okay. Then let's jump into game number 4. They have a pause at 1 minute 40 or something. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is game number 4 here. Hart, Leary, and MBL against VNF. They're leading 2-1 here on Atoll. With me will be KillerB.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. Yeah, ready to see game number 4. As you guys can see on the scoreboard, Hart, Leary, and the Bye-Bye Man, aka MBL, will have an opportunity to close this one out with a win.
Okay. Then let's take a look and let's say something about the civilizations. So we have Aztecs for Hart, we have Japanese for Leary, then we have MBL playing Goth. On the other side we have Goth as well. Back to was Mayans, and ACCM going for Japanese. So Japanese and Goth for both, and Aztecs against Mayans. Feels very much the same.
Yeah, very similar civs, just the only difference being the 2 meso civs that are switched. It should be an interesting match. Looks like we will see backed in one quote-unquote pocket. I know it's not really a map that has pockets per se, but we will see the green player Leary playing as Japanese in the other pocket. Another brief pause, though, here for a second.
They're trying to wall up here. It looks like they might get pretty nice walls up. Except Hart, who has a long distance. And Betty's now standing, but he is a reasonable wall as well. But yeah, remember, guys, even if you wall this area, ship can still pass this sand area. So if you're trying to crash over here and losing at the side, just go towards the middle and you can get out at the other pocket and raid their fish, for example.
Yeah, it's a good point. It looks like all of the VNS players will be walling up, but like you said, not exactly the perfect wall up. Obviously, the rules of this tournament don't allow stone walls just yet. We'll see some early walls from Leary, but nothing yet from MBL and nothing yet from Hart. Those 2 players have decided not to block the pinch point just yet on their maps.
Yeah, but now sending in some villagers needed to scout first before sending a villager. Absolutely reasonable, but no dogs so far. No. Hart has one. And yeah, it seems like, oh, Leary is even going double dock. So that will be full fish boom.
Yeah, all players right now is starting to establish docks. Backed is still waiting to find a good location for his dock, maybe looking for this corner of the map that will be very rich with lots of fish for him. But yeah, for the moment, all the players seem to be starting to wall up in front of their base and starting to add in fishing.
And one passing. Oh, a ball being found here for Leary. I think he might even go for a second lumber cam. Not 100% sure though.
Yeah, interestingly, both MBL and Hart, who are on the flanks on their team, will both pump out an early galley and head forward and see if they can do damage. Purple player ACCM will have an early galley, but we won't see a galley yet from Say My Name.
Say My Name actually has a galley out already.
Oh, there it is, yeah.
Yeah, not trying to scout towards the middle. And the beautiful thing for Leary is, even if his fish is getting raided, with this big defense and the 120 HP, it doesn't really hurt him too much.
Yeah, at the moment, Hart able to push ACCM back. He's got 2 galleys versus 1 on that side. Obviously, these guys are going to posture for water before going too deep into fish. Leary, though, in the pocket has built a couple fishing ships and backed at the moment will have just one. So both flanks going with galleys, both pockets going with fishing at the moment.
And this has to be better for Leary. But in the long run, Marions, if he can get out a lot of plumed archers in a very tight area, what can Leary really do? Does he need to go for mass samurai? But that's tough because this area, if you have like 2 castles close by, maybe even on a hill, it's so tough to engage sometimes.
Yeah, the war for the middle is going to be really interesting, and the timing of who goes to the middle and when they go there will certainly be decisive as to who gets the win. For now, just galley v galley wars going on. Hart and ACCM are just posturing with one another. Similar amounts of galleys, no real advantage there. MBL's got a couple galleys. He's probably going to sneak into the back of the map, and he might be able to kill Bax Eco in a minute. For now, Leary's fishing economy is totally safe. So maybe MBL can give his team an advantage here by killing a couple fishing ships.
And 3 is such a nice amount. You 2-shot any galleys here, and back T. Even if he realizes in time and has a nice reaction, he's basically guaranteed to lose at least 2 fishing ships.
Yeah, MBL for the moment still looking around to try to find those ships, but I'm confident that he will find them relatively soon. On land, I'm just seeing everybody palisaded up. For the moment, not much going on except for the galley wars. Looks like Hart reinforcing with a 5th galley now. He will push ACCM back a little. But for the moment, no major engagements on the water just yet.
Second dock for
here
ACCM.
we go. Here we go. MBL coming into Back's fishing economy right now.
And that hurts so bad. Yeah, only one galley going, one fishing ship going down, but obviously needs to pull all his fishing ship, and that's so good for the eco for Leary.
Yeah, absolutely. MBL building those 3 galleys it's an investment. He absolutely he's on 6 military now, but sending those 3 toward the corner of the map is a big investment, and now he's found Back's fishing eco, and it's totally paid off.
And again, just a better positioning probably for them when it comes to what pocket civilization you would normally wish for. At least in the start, maybe we can get into that long run game and Back T can really get into plumed archers and do a lot of damage, but at the start it looks so good for Leary, and if he can get up to Imperial Age and put out those castles with traps out first, then Back T maybe will never get onto that plumed archer amount.
Yeah, absolutely. Backed at the moment is going to have the food almost and the gold almost. Well, he has the gold already to click up. Not sure if he has the buildings. Looks like he's adding in a blacksmith as we speak. Everybody else is not quite ready. So Backed could be the first one up by a few minutes, but Leary will not be terribly far behind.
Yeah, I think Leary, especially with this great eco, look at that 12 fishing ship out already. Back T trying to redock here to keep his 4 fishing ship working, but now on Shawfish won't be the greatest thing ever. Maybe say my name, stock positioning really wasn't really great, because MBL could just toy with him and could just run around, and therefore you really couldn't protect Back T, who was basically relying on being protected.
Yeah, it looks like for now, the blue navy, the Aztecs player Hart, is going toward the center of the map, toward the sand, and that's going to let ACCM in purple slip right past him. ACCM is going to sail right past Hart's base, and his teammate Say My Name is Xing Leary's fishing eco. Leary's fishing eco is about to be in a lot of hot water. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 galleys coming from ACCM as we speak.
Oh yeah, and they can do some damage, and Leary doesn't have a lot, and yeah, like we said before, Back T was relying on 10 defense. Hart at least could tell Leary quite early that Leary will get some troubles, and now Leary is going for defensive galleys as well. Just clicked up to Castle Age, but yeah, those fishing ships will go down for sure. No reaction just yet, but we'll lose 1 fishing ship. Now needs to pull the rest. Let's see how he can defend. No fletching. Oh, it's coming in now. But still, at the moment he has 4 military, or actually 5, against the 11 of ACCM. That's not a fight that he can really take.
Yeah, MBL is still raiding a couple of Back's fishing ships, but because of that, MBL's galleys are a little bit out of position to help his teammate. We'll see Say My Name bring 2 galleys in from the north. That entire navy from the green player Leary is trying to retreat, but they will be pushed into a corner. Say My Name's going to have 5 ships waiting for them. So really, really good raiding right now.
And let's see, and they could even focus on the galleys of Leary maybe. And yeah, that's so good. And now he's retreating to the other side. That's a beautiful move by VNS, and that's the comeback they needed.
Yeah, absolutely. They definitely needed something good to go in their favor here. And now it's looking like it might be turning into, this game might be turning into their favor. All of those galleys from Leary going down. His entire fishing economy is now idle and sailing to the corner. Backed will go to Castle Age. He's been on stone for a little while with 4 villagers. He'll be able to drop a castle if he wants in a few minutes of game time.
Yeah, and yeah, those Plume Dodgers can really do damage. Everyone only was Palisades walls so far, so he could really break in there and maybe can deliver some damage. But remember, Leary, yeah, he's idling all his fishing ship, but he didn't lose them. So just running around once, maybe sailing around MBL's island and just go back, and then he goes back to fishing. It's, yeah, delayed, but all set up again, maybe.
Yeah, it's a good point. Most of those fishing ships surviving, that could be useful for him in the future. Still seeing ACCM and Hart fighting it out. ACCM's fishing eco is bothered for a moment, but he's probably going to get some really good damage on Hart's ships here in the south. Castle Age is in for Backed, it's in for Hart, and it's in for Leary. Have not seen a whole lot of land armies being built just yet. Seems like a big water focus from everybody at the moment.
Yeah, indeed. But Say My Name is going for Huskarls, heavily on stone. Back T is going for the boom for now, but later on for Plume Dodgers, I assume. And now we have Hart trying to control the middle. And remember, yesterday we have Leary, MBL, and Hart losing against Team Eddie on this exact map, with Eddie going for a Monk Rush and Stark with a lot of Plume Dodgers. So maybe they learned their lesson today.
Yeah, we're going to see that very soon. I think Backed here is going to play a pivotal role in whether his team wins or loses. A couple fire ships out for Backed to try to defend his zone for now. He's just taking on MBL in the corner. Not a huge fight. Leary's food economy, all those fishing ships are still just kind of hiding from the aggression of his opponent. But soon, Leary will clean up ACCM, and he'll get back to work on the waters behind his base.
Yeah, but obviously it's getting less and less efficient in the long run. Hart, what are you doing? Siege Workshop and Monastery. Is he maybe looking to go for Imperial Age? Oh, 600 food, 700 gold. Not queuing any more villagers. Maybe he's going for an early Monk Rush here.
It's going to be an interesting play for the middle. It's going to be Hart, like you said, with the potentially with the siege and monks, and it's going to be Backed, who's definitely thinking about a castle soon. I don't see any other military production buildings for him on the land, so I'm assuming that he wants to drop a castle somewhere and start building some plumes. The question is, where is he going to try to put that castle? Because he's going to be met in the center by an army from Hart, by the looks of it.
Yeah, and he cannot pass. And Hart will always see when villagers actually try to go to the middle. So that's nice intel as well. And yeah, Hart will stay on Castle Age aggression for now. No, not a lot of farms. And yeah, I want to get those monks out.
This game is an absolute dead heat at the moment. 2100 is the score for both teams, almost exactly the same score. MBL will soon drop a castle in the center part of the map. He's going to start taking over a lot of resources there, trying to defend his corner of the center part. We will soon see Backed do something. He's got plenty of stone, starting to send some villagers forward here, and we'll see where he drops his own castle. But yeah, the blue player right now, Hart, is making a really interesting play for the center with more and more monks and a mangonel or two.
Oh, but Backed is sending all his villagers out, only to Stonewall. And that means we have a Goth who is pretty open. He's building a defensive castle, but could get pushed on the other side. And I think Backed is safe for now. Biberman even going for Anarchy, so he could go for the Huskar rush here in Castle Age. What's going on?
Yeah, Huskarls would be an interesting choice. I think controlling the map in the center there is such a big deal. MBL will now have a TC and a castle in the center already, and his teammate Hart will have quite a lot of buildings. He's got 2 monasteries, siege workshop, and now a TC on the way. So it looks like MBL's team has a really good play for the center right now. Very slow build forward for Say My Name, who's going to build a castle right at the edge of his bit of the map. But for now, that will start to give him maybe a little bit of a foothold toward the center.
And HCM might be in trouble. He cannot ward this area. Huskars could come in, Monk Rush is coming in, and it seems like MBL indeed will go for Huskars here in Castle Age. So HCM trying to get some water fight here. Maybe Hard can get some converts. It seems like they want to go for it. Mangonel helping out a bit as well, but I think it wasn't a single convert yet. And all the monks are getting shut down. This is a pretty good fight for ACCM.
Yeah, it looks like 3 ships converted there. ACCM able to kill several monks at the moment. Still trying to micro around a Mangonel and several galleys from his opponents. But we might see the purple player here emerge victorious. We'll have to see if these monks get more conversions.
And that was so important, because if they would have broken in here, he had nothing on land to be defended, and then he would have lost everything, I believe. If he did not win this fight, I think he could have easily gotten defeated in this game.
Yeah, ACCM there, just with a really great fight. He was essentially fighting 2v1 because of the half dozen monks or so from the blue player. Back to starting to build out now. I'm seeing him dropping some towers by the looks of it as he slowly builds up his plumed archer number.
Leary now going for more water, is back to 13 fishing ship, and they're back to efficiency at the same time. He has 2 TCs, not the greatest eco overall, but the most important thing is if Bacti will get this castle up, and I think together with this tower it's looking good for him, getting fletching now, and I think the monks and the Mangonel cannot really deny that.
What's going to be interesting here is MBL has built a couple of petards. They're coming across the map right now, and they are potentially going to go and knock down ACCM's walls and allow those Huskarls to get in and do damage. So MBL with a couple of style points. We'll see if the tactic actually works here.
Let's see. And at the moment, ACCM only I missed such a situation, it seems. Bacti, he's struggling to get this castle up. The Mangonel's still alive. The tower might go down. Heavy repair. Lots of converts were real. Wargalley's not doing too much. And more Huskars coming in. Yeah, indeed. Where are the petards? He needs to fight down against the palisade walls. And now we even have a gate there, so he gets in even easier.
Yeah, MBL looking like he's really diagnosing the situation really nicely. He's going to get into ACCM's base by the looks of it. ACCM has been so focused on water that he is the most raidable player on the map, at least in MBL's eyes, and he has nothing on land to defend against Huskarls.
Oh, but Huskars now from Say My Name coming in as well. Plumed Archers against the Mangonels, taking 1 big hit. And all the Huskars now, but not all the Huskars. 4 converts were real. And all the Plumed Archers side, that was so bad for Bacti. At the same time, he lost all his villagers. This was so good for Hart here.
Yeah, and in the meantime, MBL will push in with Huskarls. He's only got 7, but ACCM has literally 0 land army to work with whatsoever. His entire economy is going to be idle until he can kill those 7 Huskarls that MBL has sent his way.
Oh, and they have +1/+1. All the villagers trying to get into the GC, but not even all the villagers can fit in all the GCs. Now we have Say My Name and Bacti being up, but without any center control means you don't have access to more gold and stone. Actually, Say My Name has, but Bacti doesn't. And now the problem is that the Aztecs is pushing with Huskars against the Malians.
Yeah, this is a really tough situation for the VNS team. MBL is doing so much, idling ACCM so much. ACCM at the moment with 30 idle vills, 32 idols, and 42 villagers total. That's going to allow Leary to win the water eventually. If MBL continues to hurt ACCM's eco, ACCM won't be able to build the galleys he needs to fight Leary.
Did Baek just lose his car? No. No. He just lost his castle against one petard? Of MBL? I think he deleted it, right? I think he deleted it at 30%. Yeah. I think this has to be deleted. That would have been too sick.
Yeah, for the moment, MBL, Leary, and Hart starting to squeeze the land and probably going to have a big advantage on water very shortly. It's looking like it's their game to win. MBL will still have Huskarls roaming inside the purple base. Purple player is fighting Leary on the water, but not going to be able to win in the long run. Leary on 23 ships, ACCM on 11 right now. So it's looking really good on both land and water for Hart, Leary, and MBL.
Okay, so the game will end for Hart, Leary, and MBL as a win, no matter what happens now, because we just saw a sling from Say My Name, and I gave them a warning. They already slinked in another game. It's forbidden in the rules, so the game is over, but we can still see how it played out.
Yeah, we still gotta. I think it's still a pretty valid, interesting game so far. These guys are slowly squeezing them out. MBL, Leary, and Hart looking in good shape, but yeah, that's unfortunate with the rules violation. I'm watching Leary's Navy slowly working their way in. ACCM is losing a lot of ground on water. A couple of sneaky ships from Say My Name, fire ships, are going to get into the back of the eco of Leary, but that's not going to last terribly long. Say My Name has switched to long swords, two-handed swordsman on the way. He's going to try a little bit of a different unit and see if he can change the momentum of this game. Right now it's going very badly for his team.
And Leary with the water control here now as well. He's going for coinage, he's away on the PLH, and yeah, this is looking better and better for them. So much land control. Now Elite Eagle Warriors coming in for our Aztecs player here, and he has a lot of control, but there's still a chance Say My Name could take this middle control here. Going for full champions, back T on his Plumed Archers, and now Elite Plumed Archers.
Yeah, they're trying to make a push there for now. A little bit of water raiding coming in from Leary, able to kill a couple of ACCM's villagers who are trying to take wood. Leary is soon going to be harassing back on the banks of his eco. There's not a ton of exposed villagers here, but those ships from Leary are going to be a big advantage here in the late game.
See MBL now having the worst army, and Say My Name going for so many champions, and that's so good against Eagles and Huskarls. It's looking so good for VNS Yellow here. And do they have any counters? Leary's not on land to do something. Hart can't do like 40 monks to convert all those two-handed swordsmen. Now champions coming in. ACM only now going for horse color. Hart would have some options, but for now he's going for the wrong units.
Yeah, he's going into Aztec, or rather Eagle Warriors at the moment. Gonna drop a castle in the middle is Hart to solidify his eco. But yeah, Say My Name right now seems to have an interesting moment where maybe he can help his team reverse their fortunes.
So it seems like MBL slung as well. We just hope that this game decides the whole series, and that's so weird. Yeah, I saw it, guys. You don't need to spam it. And yeah, Leary is still with a lot of water control, and I think he just needs to get in there in this very interesting areas where he can do so much damage. At the moment, the push on land is real. And Say My Name, the first game that he can really deliver.
Yeah, good rating coming in right now from Say My Name, but eventually he's slowly getting whittled down here. Leary at the moment still not a whole lot of a land defense. He's still just really pushing hard on water. I wonder if Leary will soon start making some land army, because he controls the water pretty decisively. I don't think he needs to build any more galleys right now.
Well, he needs to surround more. He isn't doing the raids that I wanted to see. Like, he can surround so many of the whole food eco, needs cannon galleons out, and yeah, at the moment still there's so much that BackT and Venus Yellow, say my name, can actually get on the resources.
Leary's done one thing kind of interesting. He's got a bunch of ships in front of Back's base, and he's blocking Back's plumes from being able to run out of the base. Those ships are sniping down plumes as they run by.
Onager shot, very, like, only getting the end of all the plumes there. But now BackT is going in again against the Onager. The shot is missing some, but hitting some as well. And yeah, that was pretty nice. One Onager killing, yeah, combined of maybe 10 plumed archers here.
Yeah, Backed has done really well with positioning of those plumes so far. He's grabbing down villagers right now from Hart. So far, he's dodging the major Onager shots, but we shall see if he can continue that as this goes forward. He and Say My Name have to keep their armies alive. They absolutely just don't have the resources that maybe their opponents do to just throw units away. So those guys have to be really efficient, and notably MBL is transitioning as well to go down the champion route.
Oh, I'm not sure what BackT is doing all this time with this plumed archers, and now they're finally cleared up, and MBL maybe can do more with his two-handed swordman. Now champions. Those Onager shots were so good for Hart. Now
Yeah,
even SO being researched.
Hart here is just still raining in beautiful Onager shots. 4 Onagers, he's microing them all very nicely. He's killed so many champions, and he killed so many plumes already. Huge swing of momentum there by Hart.
And now even the villagers getting focused down. Let's take a look. More villagers going down. That's so brilliant. This castle might not even go up here. Now Onager showed focus on that very tight area. That's not a fight that VNS normally should take.
Yeah, Castle coming from Say My Name. He's trying to get that up. There's just one Onager left alive. We'll see if another good shot rains in here from Hart. Treb's trying to snipe down Hart's Onager for now. But it looks like the Red Castle might go up. He just needs a few more minutes, maybe 30 more seconds.
Let's see. Trap not very well placed there by Hart. The villagers are getting the castle up for sure. But still, it's Onagers and BackT with his plumed archers. It just feels like MBL is not getting enough stuff out. Leary at this time, I think, is going for the sling and some water control. But as I said before, not the water control that I would wish to see.
Yeah, the fight is going so well on land for Say My Name and Backed that ACCM is going to maybe be able to reestablish a navy. He's going Galeon at the moment. That's how you have to say it.
Okay.
And he's going to try to push back onto water. So Leary's control of the water might not last forever.
Let's see. He's trying to redock. Leary instantly sees it if he actually is watching. And yeah, those Onager shots keeps delivering here. And now the big problem is that MBL really isn't getting the numbers at the moment with his champs. They still have enough control of gold, they have enough control of stone as well, and the food echoes at home should be fine as well. Hart simply doing a lot of damage with all his Onagers there, it's so good. God.
Hart's Onager micro right now is on fleek, I believe the kids say. It's absolutely on fire. He's killed a couple Trebs. He's probably killed 40 champions at this point in the game with Onager shots. Killing a lot of plumes as well, and he's really bailing his team out right now. The unit composition is very much stronger, I think, for Say My Name and Backed, but Hart's making amazing Onager shots and keeping his team alive.
Now the castle is going down. They are pushing it back. Maybe Hart would need something behind to protect his SO, but at the moment it feels like Say My Name and BackT only had very slow units, so they couldn't really push. Now more barracks here at the side. Maybe MBL could go for some Husk Scouts as well, but this is looking so good, and I love this map.
Yeah, this is getting really interesting. ACCM is starting to build up more ships. He's up to 23 military. Leary, interestingly, is on 29, so Leary does not dominate the water like he used to. Leary's trying to raid into Say My Name's eco from the shore. He's trying to hit back from the shore. but for the most part, he's not really delivering game-winning or game-losing blows at the moment. Leary is going to continue to fight it out on water, but ACCM is back.
And now Venus Yellow might want to go for MBL because they know this guy doesn't have any defense except some champions, so Huskarl and champions together could do pretty well. But yeah, it seems like this O can close the distance, and MBL was walling only if it's paper wall, but this is looking better and better. And Hearts as O-Tech without any ego, and like highest military could be at 10 for him, but it's enough because they do so much damage against the very low HP units of the Mayans and Goth.
Yeah, Hart getting a pretty decent shot in on the plumes there of Backed. He did lose a couple siege onagers there to some champions from Say My Name, but definitely still on point with his micro, doing a great job to help his team out. Leary is continuing to fight with ACCM on water. It's actually looking like a pretty similar matchup. Leary harassing the red player Say My Name from the shore for now. But yeah, for the moment, we've got MBL and his teammate Hart making a little bit of a push on land.
A little bit of a push on land. It's even a bit more than a little bit of a push.
Absolutely. Looking really good. That castle is now under pressure from Say My Name. The barracks in the center are in a lot of trouble. Huskarls aplenty from MBL. Looking like this could be the push that is decisive for this game and decisive for this series.
Yeah, indeed. And now what do they have? Back-T not having anything left. And GG! We have MBL, Leary and Hart. The first one's going into the finals. I think both teams did sling, so we won't see any disqualifications here because both broke the rules. It's incredible for me how this happens, but let's focus on this game. And what a great move here by Hart. So many SO. I think if Back-T simply had like 10 Eagles this game, they would have performed so much better.
Yeah, it's true. I don't even know how Hart managed to micro so many mangonels so beautifully, but he was cutting down champion after champion. He did so much damage to Back's plumes. You got to give the player of the game the MVP mark to Hart in this one, and he and his teammates will move on to the next round.
Indeed. What a great map.
Great set of
I
games.
will tell them, both teams